Oh man. Yo. Uh, yo. Let me think. I'm trying to think today. Make something interesting for you. Let me see. I got nothing. Congratulations to the winner of the 5 funny comments. So, dude, your hats will be shipped out tomorrow morning. I got your address. Thank you very much. And this video is going to be about, someone requested this. I think I've done this before, but what I'm going to do is to make it different is to put something else in here that someone else asked me and combined it. What do you think of that? Okay, one guy said, can you give us some advice on guns that are around $500 or $600 or less? Yeah, all these are. And my Glock 27 is too, but I'm wearing that right now. You could get a 1911 or a Springfield XD or a Glock Generation 4 or a Generation 3, or you can get a 22, a Ruger Mark 3. I mean, I'm going by, the guns I have. There's a ton of other guns you can get too for under that price. But I don't know what your question is. Are they good? Yeah, they're good. The reason why they're not a lot of money is because a lot of them are polymer. You know what I'm saying? This Rock Island Armory 1911, I think, is unbelievable for $600. Wow, I scratched it. That's okay. This is my beater. This is my beater too. And for $600, they really paid attention to detail. They even beveled the edges around the muzzle, which a lot of 1911s are not. They're just have a sharp edge all the way around. The sights suck on this. If you want to get a 1911, you could get this in the man, I'm forgetting, man. The combat version, and it has better sights on it. Might be just a little bit more money, but these ain't a lot of money. The frames are cast, the slides are, hammer forged steel, so that's good. This shoots pretty good. Rock Island Armory really fine-tuned this gun for me, because when I first got it, there was a little pinhole, but it wasn't even a hole. It was just a little crater. It was the size of a pinhead, but it bothered me, so I sent it in. And when I sent it in, they polished and buffed the feed ramp. They did a little trigger job on, and they did a little sear job on it, so it's really smooth. It feels great. There's no friction at all. So Arnell at Armscore hooked this gun up for me. But if you get it, it won't be as fine-tuned as this. They just did that for me as a favor, just because they're good customer service, because they figure, hey, the guy got a defective gun, so let's make up for that. And that's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? I just put these grips on here. They're pretty nice. This is an officer size, so it holds 7 plus 1. This is an ACK mag. I like ACK mags. I like Wilson Combat mags. And I don't have any experience with Chip McCormick, but I hear they're really good too. And yeah. And Kim Protect mag is another fantastic mag. This is wait a minute. God. Anyway, this is about $500 to $600. You can get this. It's a good carry firearm. So far I put 50 rounds through it, and it didn't malfunction one time. Actually, me and Cutlery Lover shot this together, and it shot great. Put about 50 rounds through it, and it shot good. We need to take this to the range again, because you guys didn't see a good range video in the Rock Island Armory 1911, so we're going to do that. These grips look real good. Do they feel good? Yeah. A lot of guys ask me, is this annoying? No, because it's bent and everything's buffed, and actually feels good in your hand, believe it or not. So here's an option for you. If you want a 1911, you don't want to spend a lot of money. The only thing difference is with these lower end 1911s is the main spring housing spring. By the way, this is metal. The main spring housing, that's good. The main spring housing spring, they're not wolf springs, so they're not as strong. So when you pull the hammer back, it's very, very simple to pull the hammer. There's no tension, not too much tension on the hammer. I'm not too crazy about that, but it hasn't been an issue. And I guess it's good if you have arthritis in your hands, because it's not hard to pull the hammer back. You can dry fire these, and there's an option for you. I hear nothing but good things about the Rock Island Armory. You know, I think out of 100 people, one guy had a problem, so that's great. Now, if you want a gun that's cheap and it's good quality, is the Ruger Mark III. This is the newer style. It has the polymer frame with the 1911 grips on it. It has the 1911 ergonomics on it. I haven't even shot this yet. We definitely got to get this to the range, and it is safe. These are a little tricky to disassemble, but don't let it intimidate you. It's not that bad once you do it like 4 or 5 times. And for some reason, the polymer version ones are a lot easier to field strip and put back together than the steel ones. I don't know why. Probably because the plastic gives when you're putting it back together more than the steel, so it kind of works with you more. But this is an awesome gun. I've had one before, and now it will not fire unless the magazine's in there, and we just cleared it so we can dry fire it. And you can dry fire this because these have a firing pin block in them. They're designed to dry fire because when you disassemble these, you have to dry fire it. It's one of the steps. So Ruger made it safe to dry fire for that reason. And you can put different grips on it. These grips are so pretty, I'm never going to change them. I don't think I will. So you can get this for like $300. This gun. It's a 22. I wouldn't use it for home protection, but it's great for the range. It's cheap to shoot. You know, you get 100 rounds of CCI mini mags for like $8. You can shoot all day. So there's the Ruger Mark III. Bull barrel makes it extra accurate because there's more steel wrapped around that barrel, and it's a beautiful gun. It's got a target trigger on it. It's really sweet looking. I'm not crazy about this being polymer, but it's growing on me. So that one's $300. Now this is a Springfield XD. This is probably the biggest bang for your buck on the table. The Springfield XD is about $500. They always give you 2 magazines. They even give you a holster and a mag pouch, and they give you a cleaning brush and a real nice case. Springfield really hooks you up. The only thing I did to this is I put these rubber grips on here, and they definitely feel better. It's not skateboard type tape, it's rubber. They feel like rubber, and that's better. I don't like that sandpaper shit. I see people wrapping their Glocks with that sandpaper shit. First of all, it looks like crap, but I just don't like the way it feels. It's too much. This is perfect. So, you know, the sandpaper, if you like it, that's great, but I just think it's a little too aggressive. Maybe I'm gay. Okay. People tell me I look like I'm losing weight. Now, I haven't been losing weight, guys. I'm just wearing bigger clothes, you know? I'm a fat son of a bitch. I haven't lost any fucking weight, you know? Me and Bill, we're both pushing the limit. You know, when Bill gets on the scale, it spins like the Wheel of Fortune. Did you know that? When I get on the scale, it says 1 at a time. It says tilt. I don't even get on the scale. I'm scared. Okay, it's good to go. This is the biggest bang for your buck because there is so much quality in this gun. It's just overflowing with good quality. The trigger's steel. It's a polymer. It's like a Glock. It's a polymer, but it has a lot more steel in it. Everything that takes a beating is metal. The trigger's metal. The mag release is metal, and it has ambidextrous mags on both sides, and they're metal, and they're round. I like how they're round. And it's a subcompact. It's little. It holds I forget because the 9mm, 9 plus 1. So you got 10 rounds of 40 caliber. And it's a fantastic firearm. I got about 75 rounds through this. This is probably, as far as polymer guns, has the smoothest trigger out of all of them. So smooth. There's no boing. It's unbelievable how smooth it is, which will help you shoot more accurately. But this gun is only 500. It's insane that this gun's only 500 bucks. You got chamber indicator. I mean, you've seen all that before. But this is probably the best gun on the table for 500 bucks. Even if this gun was 600 bucks, it would be awesome. It doesn't matter. It's just it's a great gun. I've been bragging about these guns for probably, what, 2 years now. And check out a Springfield XD. Okay, now we're in the Glock category. This Glock, well, this is a Gen 4 Glock. Gen 4 Glocks are like between $560, between $590, maybe $600, depending on what gun shop you go to. Let's clear the weapon. Okay, empty chamber, nothing in the mag. We're good to go. I've done a lot to this Glock. I put a lot of upgraded features on it. And I like the new Glock slide texture. It feels like sandpaper. So I could cock it with either hand. No problem. The other Glocks are kind of smooth and they get greasy and they're hard to pull. This is a fantastic firearm. We got 350 rounds through it so far. And not one hiccup. Not one. Not one. Trying to give you a little display. So you can pick one of these up. Now if you get into Gen 3, you can get one for about 530 bucks. You'll save like $50. So the Gen 4s are for like $50 more. Why? Because the grip is slimmer this way than the Gen 3, and plus it comes with straps. If you want to make the grip bigger, you can. And it's a great pistol so far. You've seen my last range video was with this gun. It shoots great. Okay, now I have that covered. Now the next thing I wanted to cover, that's all the guns I have for that price range. Oh, I have my 27 here, which is loaded. Okay, let's put that up there. Oh man. Now, which is the safest gun on the table if you have one in the chamber? Which one you think's the safest? Well, I'm going to give you my opinion. This could be controversial. Let's put one in the chamber. Let's put one in the chamber with the XD. I have snap caps. 40 caliber snap cap. Okay. Okay, there's one in the chamber there. Let's get one in the chamber on the Gen 4 Glock. I got to keep repeating it so I don't forget what the hell they are. It better be a 40. Okay, let's put one in the chamber. Okay, there's one in the chamber on that. Let's put one in the chamber on the 40. Snap me, cap me. That's what my wiener looks like when I get out of a cold shower. A snap cap. Okay, one in the chamber. Thumb safety on. Okay. Can't put one in the chamber here because I don't have a 22 caliber snap cap. So we're going to put that out of here. This is my carry. This is loaded. And I'm putting that over there. Alright, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. The safest pistol on the table with one in the chamber, in my opinion, is probably, I would think, between the 1911 and the Springfield. Glock, like I told you before, Glock is a gun for somebody that has some experience, somebody that knows firearms. That's why I don't recommend, if you've ever owned a gun before, to buy a Glock unless you get someone to give you some knowledge on it and some training, or just some general knowledge on it. Now how can I tell if there's one in the chamber with the Glock? I'm trying to find it. There's one way, is the trigger's forward. When the trigger is forward, that tells you there is one in the chamber. But, if, you know, is there any other way to tell if there's one in the chamber? You don't want to look down the barrel. That would be stupid. Is there a chamber indicator? Well, a little one. I don't consider that a chamber indicator. The extractor sticks out just a hair, but it doesn't. It's not enough. So that's shady. If you're a new gun owner, you're not going to be able to tell. Okay, not enough to be sure. You want to beyond reasonable doubt that there's one in the chamber. So the one way you can tell is the trigger's forward, but that doesn't necessarily mean one's in the chamber, because if I don't have a round in there and I rack the slide, the trigger's forward again, there's not one in the chamber. Pretty much that means the slide's been racked. That's what that definitely means, okay? So let's put one in the chamber again. Okay, so we got the forward trigger. That could mean one's in the chamber, or that could be the gun's empty and someone just racked the slide. So not a real good gun to tell you if one's in the chamber. It kind of tells you, but is there anything that'll stop you from pulling the trigger if there's one in the chamber on this gun? No, there's nothing that'll stop you from pulling the trigger. We have one in the chamber, and it's in our holster. We pull it out of our holster. Our finger might slip in the trigger guard, and bang! See you later, kneecap. Goodbye, big toe. Maybe goodbye, little tip of the wiener, depending on where you're shooting it, or skim on the left nut. So, be careful with a Glock. I am not putting down Glock. It's one of my favorite firearms I have. But for a new gun owner, do some research. Be really careful. This is for professional people. Not that I'm a professional. I'm not saying that. But that's why cops, FBI, secret agents, and it dominates in that area, because this weapon is to design. If you're panicking or if you're nervous, you don't want to have to look for a safety. This gun is designed to draw. Wish I had more snap caps. This gun is designed to draw draw your weapon and shoot. That's it. I mean, it's panic proof. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take the safety off or make sure your hand's wrapped around there tight so it fires. That's why it has to be this way. It's for professional law enforcement. Thank you. Now this one, we have one in the chamber. Informs you a whole lot that there's one in the chamber. You have a flag here, sticks up, a little tab. You have a cocking indicator, which means it's been cocked, but it could mean one's in the chamber. Same thing with the Glock. You could probably more or less call this a cocking indicator, more than there's one in the chamber. Because like I said, there doesn't have to be one in the chamber for that to be forward. So wouldn't you say that's more suitable to call that a cocking indicator? That's what I would think. I wouldn't call that a chamber indicator. No way. Okay? This is a chamber indicator. This little tab that sticks up. And it's great. It doesn't stick up and get in the way. Just enough to show you there's one in the chamber. But the only thing is, can I pull the trigger on this with one in the chamber? Is there anything stopping me? The only thing that's stopping me is the grip safety. So I actually have to wrap my hand around this gun tight and pull the trigger, and it will go off. Okay? Damn. Is this video getting long? I think it's getting long. Okay, we got one in the chamber again. What's good about this gun is, if I did draw my holster and there was one in the chamber, and I didn't have a real... When you draw a gun from your holster, when you're pulling in this way, in this direction, you really don't have too much of a grip in this area. So if my finger slipped and pulled the trigger, it's not going to fire. It's not going to fire, but when this is depressed, it's going to fire. So, a little bit safer. A little bit safer, right? The 1911. There's one in the chamber. The thumb safety's up. Is there any way to tell on this 1911 if there's one in the chamber? Well, no, because it doesn't have a chamber indicator, or it doesn't have a chamber sight hole anywhere. The only way I can really tell if there's one in the chamber on this 1911, I can't tell by the trigger. I can't tell just because the hammer's cocked back, that don't mean one's in the chamber. I have to physically have to check. So, that's kind of unsafe, but can this discharge easily with one in the chamber if the safeties are on? Probably not. So this is pretty much a safe gun to have one in the chamber, because you have the thumb safety here. That's locking the slide. That slide is not going to operate. Okay? You have your grip safety here. That trigger will not operate unless that grip safety is depressed in. It's cocked and locked. The slide is completely secure. It cannot operate unless the thumb safety's dropped. When the thumb safety's dropped, pull your firearm, shoot it, slide comes back, boom boom, and you're good to go. So, which is the safest gun on the table with one in the chamber? Well, it's between these two. I don't know. That's a good call. I think these two are a tie. I think the 1911 has an edge because it has the thumb safety that shuts down the whole gun. It makes the gun inoperable. So I think the 1911 has a little bit of an edge, but these two are two good guns to, in my opinion, to carry with one in the chamber. I don't carry one in the chamber with my Glock. Once in a while, it depends on my mood. If I'm feeling sharp, if I'm having a good day and I'm feeling sharp-minded and all, I'll carry one in the chamber. You know what I mean? But most of the time I don't. These I will, but not all the time. You know, it's just something I have to get over. Carrying +1. I'm a little weird about it because I don't trust myself. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I hope it was a long-ass friggin' video, man, but I thought it was important, so I'll talk to you guys soon.